yourselves better educated. And you get with the people you need to get with. You need to get acknowledged about it. It doesn't even make sense to me. And what you're talking about ain't hitting on nothing with me.
Get your enthusiasm going
And those cocktails flowing.
Welcome to all of the LBGTQ, ABCDEF, and especially the G.
On the ones, twos, and the threes.
You are now in the place to be. AM is who I be.
And 7, that'll be me.
Just when you thought you knew all about gay,
We promise, you ain't never heard it this way.
we just hashtag what? Not that kind of gay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fabulous episode of Not That Kind of Gay. Well, of course, we are bringing it to you live and in charge. And guess who's out and guess who's in? AM is in New York and I am in Washington, D.C. holding it down at the studio.
But nevertheless, we have our cocktails going. Our
Susie's flowing.
That was wrong, but you get the drift.
You get it.
Look,
You get it.
y'all, today up on the beat is, what is it like to be gay in the workplace? Now, if you're not, a drag queen or a bartender at a gay bar, you're not working alongside all gay people.
Right, that's true.
So we're going to really unpack and dissect and get in there and figure out, what are the issues, what are the dynamics like, what you can do to be a better counterpart as a gay employee. Maybe you can help someone towards some better knowledge about who you are as a person.
You better get knowledgeable about it.
So, as we said before, get your cocktails flowing, get a Susie going, and join us in on this conversation. Up first, we have on the beat, the hot topics. And so, first up off the beat of the news and what's hot in it, I guess is the fact that, I don't know if we should celebrate or not, Seven. We'll get your ideas on this. But they are considering that more people than not are doing some type of drugs, deciding that it's not going to be common practice to drug test before getting a job. What do you think about that, Seven?
I think they should actually null and void that because I feel like drugs is not a drug that you can smoke is not looked at as like a harsh drug. It's something that's grown from the earth. I think there's an issue if you abuse drugs in the workplace, but if you do that on your personal time when you're at home,
you should be allowed to do so.
Right, but as far as banning you from working there because you smoke a little pot, I don't think that that's fair.
Well, under strong urging from the federal government, a lot of employees are opting out of it. So you might be consented to a background check, but up to 70% of companies with more than 2,500 employees have opted out of offering drug testing as a means of determining whether or not you're eligible for employment. So it's looking like it's moving in that direction, period. The new age, I guess.
So, AM, tell me this. Oh my God, did you hear about that Philadelphia shooting? Like, what is your thoughts on them 5 innocent officers being hurt?
It was 6 of them, and my other concern, though, are the 4 men and a teenage boy that were also shot over the weekend in a 24-hour period in Philadelphia. Shocking to say the least.
What is going on in Philadelphia?
I don't know, but the Tioga neighborhood and the Ongat section of North Philadelphia in separate incidents were, basically terrorized with these 2 massive shootouts. A lot of people were injured. No lives are lost, thank God. But this is crazy. We just reported about shootings in our last episode. Here we are again. The use of guns. It's shocking.
I just think that it's crazy that they are hurting these people. Like, what? I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like, it's within 24 hours.
Yep. One man was shot in the head and in the back and is listed in critical condition. A 17-year-old suffered a gunshot wound to the hand. It's crazy. This is going on all across the cities of America. And Donald Trump and the rest of the Republican Party will have you believe that it's okay. You know? That's it.
Hey, and I thought we wasn't going to talk about him.
You did say that, but still.
Because if I had it my way, his ass would have been a jackass. Oh, and let me, hold on. And the next on the beat is, why are you being so petty over here?
The billionaire himself.
Why they being petty like that though? To my man. And y'all know low key, they call me big. But stop being petty to my man. My man is out here cashing checks, making deals, and ain't selling his soul to the devil. He is doing something positive, no matter if you look at it positive.
You think it's positive though, Seven?
I really do think
with
it's
the
positive.
very people you have been protesting for a said number of years. You have refused the Super Bowl advances they made towards you. You've influenced other artists to make that decision as well. You openly said that you take an issue with how they handled Colin Kaepernick, and you stood behind him in his protest of the league. I wonder if, like other people are saying, just to be devil's advocate, is he selling out? Or is this a money and / power move for Hov?
What I feel is that he see all the tragic that's going on in the world and the division. He's trying to bring, like he said, light to, okay, we already got past, well, we didn't get past the kneeling part, but we made a statement. And they got where we were coming from. So just for a black man to sit at a table with a white man, such as an NFL,
but it almost seems like they're doing it out of obligation now. But then again, that has to happen at some point, right? So I see both sides. I honestly do. We don't know the full details of the meeting and what's coming from it. But we are not that kind of game. We'll definitely keep you posted.
Okay! A$AP Rocky. They already hating on him too in Sweden. This little young black boy went over there trying to do his music and Lolly D and boom to the pop. And
entitled as black people are, they thought they was entitled to this man's time all damn day long. And chased him around the city. Like the nerve and utter gall of the Caucasians, the caucasity of it all. Just to be chasing somebody around the goddamn city for a picture. I got time. Try me.
So you heard that he was found guilty, right?
Yeah, so what does that mean? Is he going to jail? Is he going to have a fine? What's going to happen?
So I'm not sure if it was going to be that he goes to jail or no, he don't do no jail time. He just got had to plead guilty.
Okay.
So, which is kind of good, so he don't have to keep spending all his coins going
so
back and forth.
I got another question, and we're gonna have to find this out. Our team is gonna be researching. What's gonna happen to the gentleman that he did this to? Because that gentleman was wrong as well.
Well, let me see. Hold on, because I want to be accurate when I say this. You know, I like to pump the tea, but it got to be true-tea, okay? So, according to the news article, the only thing that it states is that rapper A$AP Rocky was found guilty of assault Wednesday by the Swedish court, but will avoid further jail time.
Got it.
So that's all it says on this article.
Well, not that kind of gayers. We are definitely going to be looking at this story closely because I'm interested in seeing how they handle a black man overseas. To be quite honest with you all.
Oh, now hold on, wait a minute. thought I was finished.
Oh.
It says prosecutors asked the court to convict Myers, which was one of the gentlemen that was bullying A$AP Rocky, and then they was asking the court to sentence him to at least 6 months in jail. So far, nothing has come about of that.
Court hasn't yet.
Yes.
I think they should send this young man to jail. He enticed this entire situation. The only reason it happened was because he antagonized him to the point they couldn't take it anymore. So I definitely hope that they do something about it.
Oh. And it's getting juicy, baby.
More juice.
Yes, they have to pay restitution in the amount of $12,500. Oh my God.
Now, is this A$AP and his team, or is
No, this is the young gentleman that they're trying to get. Yeah, so they are being disciplined in the furthest of the Swedish law because you are
so you know what?
System. That goes to
justice system working.
Well, why did they still convict A$AP if they felt?
I mean, because I can assume that this means you did something and you did something.
Right, okay, so we'll punish both of you guys. Okay, I get that. So
basically,
acknowledging the story
doesn't mean that you necessarily owe us anything or any time, but you did a crime here.
So basically, the moral to the story is, them gentlemen is in trouble, A$AP is in trouble. Pay your coin and A$AP
move on.
Bro. So we can't forget about the LGBTQ down at the schools. What in the world?
What he means is a little old place called Illinois will start teaching LGBT history in its public school system. They believe that an inclusive education system will and can create change. I can't say that I believe a statement more. I've always wondered why they leave that conveniently out of history as if it didn't happen, as if the sands of time hasn't changed because of gay people in it. If not the movement right alongside the civil rights movement while it was happening, it definitely had an impact on society in America, I would say the world over. So I don't understand why they haven't done this before now. More states should follow behind Illinois. This is monumentous for sure.
Because I was saying to myself, you can't really teach something that you never hit along the lines for. So for a teacher to try to teach something that they haven't experienced, they can't really teach that.
Well, that's not true. White people, that's not true though. White people are commanded with, teaching about slavery, teaching about apartheid. They weren't directly affected by that either. And none of us were affected directly by slavery today. But we still are taught are tasked with teaching that to our youth. I find it interesting that this is called the Inclusive Curriculum Law. They passed the bill on August 9th. It will go in effect on July 1st of next year.
Wow.
And they will change the current curricula to include a discussion around LGBT figures and essential events that happen along the way. So I'm thinking teaching kids about Stonewall and how pivotal that was of the movement, how it started it, how a black transgendered woman is responsible for that, and it's a little known fact out there. I think it's important to shed light on these regardless of orientation, to normalize who we are and what we do every day. I think that's the point of this. So kudos to Illinois for this amazing and monumentous thing.
So basically, Aiden, what you saying is you are excited about the move.
Yes, and I hope that more cities and states follow behind them. I really do. This is a good move.
I agree.
This is a great move for equality in Illinois. Kudos.
Great start, Illinois. You better do it.
Boom. The sound you heard before you means it's time for the puff down. This means it's time for the puff down. Is it on 7?
It says it's on 8.
Is the caller on 7? Is your own caller?
I see it.
I had to put my best quiet storm voice on for y'all. It's time for the puff down. And today, y'all, we have something interesting because we got us another DM out there.
And y'all know how I feel.
Huh?
And y'all know how I feel about DMs and
Well, listen,
emails.
this is a good one. They are seeking advice, and we know we just normal people, but we can give our advice when we can. So let's try and shed light on something.
Oh, so you guys, I didn't really get a chance to read over the scripts, but I'm getting into it right now. This is good. Who said
I told you the caller is on the line. The caller is
It
on the
says,
line.
hey guys, love
Catch
what
up.
you're doing
Look.
with the show. I'm a fan, watch every week. You guys gave the guy you had on last week some great advice for his relationship, and it made me wonder if I could help with an issue I'm having this week.
As the only queer, peer
You
color
want some
person of
information
color.
from us?
Listen, let's get into it, y'all. As the only person of color that's queer at my job, I feel makes me a target for many jokes, and I don't know how to present it as an issue without making it seem like I'm not a part of the team. I know they're just jokes, but they can be extremely insensitive at times. I don't want to make a big deal and change the dynamics of working with my team members. What would you all suggest I do?
Punch him in the face.
Oh, well now listen. I got a few pointers for you, boo. That's gonna help you keep your job because the way 7 is going, they're gonna have you packing your things first thing in the morning. So look, seriously, on a serious note, I'm a manager at my job, so I gotta kind of manage these things as they come up. So as we discussed in previous episodes now, especially the last one, we have to dispel the narrative that has us believe we have to tolerate anyone who identifies us as anything than what we choose to be identified as, correct? As the saying goes, people only do what you allow them to do. So you are allowing this person to demean and diminish who you are by not correcting them in the moment and when they do it. That's it. That's number 1. Number 2, you have basic civil and moreover just human rights to be employed and not go through this with any employer. You should not feel subjugated to take what's considered groupthink as a standard for workplace ethics. You just should not. Not on any day of the week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Or Monday through Sunday.
Oh, you should not.
It's no day.
It's not and should not only be tolerated, but should not also be rectified through your HR department if nothing changes after the conversation I just told you to have in question number 1. Moving on to my last point. My last point is this. Get empowered within yourself to want to speak on your behalf or to own every part of who you are. Because if you dare let anybody come against that, that's going to be on you. You are going to need to radically accept who the hell you are as a person and stop being out here in these streets not allowing or not requiring that people recognize and celebrate your differences from them. You need to demand that as a human being on this planet. We got to respect who the hell each other are, period, point blank. That's it. Don't let people be out here in these streets laughing at your expense. There's an HR department wherever it is you work, and they are trained and capable and certified to handle this situation for you. So after you speak to your higher ups about it and nothing happens, go ahead and move in that direction. I dare a motherfucker to try it at my place of employment. I dare you.
So y'all know I'm a granddad. I like to stay in the house and relax and mind my business and stay out the way. So this is our segment this evening because since we're in two different locations, of course you know I'm home. I stayed home and this is where I be. So I was gonna bring it on to you his juice.
In other words, what he means is y'all don't wanna hear shit about his last night. But what I can do is tell you about my last weekend. I started off the weekend on Friday evening.
You gotta clarify that wasn't last night, your weekend.
It was a weekend. It was about last weekend. So we're gonna change it a little bit today. And so on Friday evening, I went and celebrated being black and proud at Boxers HK. Located on 50th and I believe 9th Avenue in New York City. Wonderful time had by all who were in attendance.
So if you want to know why we're doing this as a bi-coastal type situation, even though it's not bi-coastal, it's in right 95, but that's why, because he had to party with the gays.
You know what? Moving right on. On Saturday was appropriate more ways than one. The event was called One Night Stand, and I'll leave it at that. The event was held at Hudson Terrace. It was called One Night Stand. I'm not neither confirming nor denying if I participated in said activity on said evening. Moving right along before 7 tries to drive conversation about Saturday night and Sunday morning. I was supposed to go out on Sunday, however, I had to recuperate from Saturday. I'm older than, I used to.
So I'm not gonna go along those lines. Was it lit? Did you have a good time?
I had an amazing time, actually. I won't even hold you. I had a great time.
Because low key, I'm kind of jealous that I didn't come. But 7 likes to be in the house.
We're gonna make up for it. 7's got a birthday coming up, and I already told him that house shit is over and done with.
And we won't tell you our location until we get there because I don't want paparazzi all up on me and trying to follow me around. Leave me alone.
You know how 7 get when somebody want a picture, he run the other way, y'all. Crazy stuff.
You better know it. So
yes, that was about last weekend, guys.
Hold on, I had another question.
What's your question?
So was it like
the call on the line?
Was it like crowded like DC Pride B, or it was a little more?
It was relatively moderate crowds this year. I wouldn't say it was too overly populated anywhere. I could breathe.
Cause some of our Instagram followers that we follow,
they were up there.
Yeah, they were up there
celebrating and stuff. Miss Kaya was in the house. I know.
Hey, next caller. There's a hate on the line. Hey,
as far as Z-list stars go, I'm guessing she's one that the gays appreciate seeing. So kudos to that. I avoided that event like it was the plague, though. So no thanks.
So in all, AM, you had a ball this weekend, and I had one as well.
So, that sound means, you guys, it's time for us to announce yet another motherfucker who is a jackass, a piece of shit. I could come up with some more homonyms and monikers to call said person, but, I will just stick to delivering the news about the son of a bitch.
So what is that story about the 4 black teenagers that was going from door to door early this month?
4 black teens were caught fundraising for their high school football team. A white woman held them at gunpoint.
I mean, that's not funny, but you are so crazy.
I try daily to be more understanding, to be more cognizant of my blackness, and to try and help people along the way when it comes to not understanding it. But I don't understand how you can pull a gun on a child. I just, grown man, child. Intruder on my doorstep asking for some dollars for a football team. It comes down to really having an understanding about why we have this idea that black people are scary in the first place.
Child, this story is juicy. So as I stated, I'm sorry to cut you off. As I stated, Callie is married to she was married to a county jail administrator who was arrested and charged with 4 counts of aggressive assault. Mind you, this is Jerry Kelly's husband, fiance, whatever.
Imprisonment, aggravated assault, endangering the
welfare of a minor. This bitch was already crazy. You was dealing with that, girl. Police arrived at Kelly's house Wednesday, August the 7th at around 10 a.m. responding to the reports of suspicious person.
What's crazy is that they were wearing the football jerseys. I don't understand. I am so flabbergasted that this keeps happening. She feared for her safety, she said. A white woman yelled 50 some odd years ago and got a young man named Emmett Till begrudgingly bludgeoned to death. His mom had an open casket funeral so that people would understand the pain she and he had to go through because a white woman yelled fucking wolf. It has to stop. Stop calling the cops on people. Be man and woman enough to stand your ground, motherfuckers. You got guns to do it anyway. Stand your ground.
Well, the shady part is, homegirl wasn't that scared because her husband, boyfriend that she was married to, that was the county administrator, he was charged with all them different accounts. Girl, it's like you've been down with the get down for a very long time.
Hopefully justice is coming her way though, because a warrant was issued for her arrest. She turned herself in on Monday and was released that night on a $10,000 bond.
And she'll probably just put her house up for that, so she'll be out by tomorrow.
I'm tired of this happening. I don't even know what else to say about it. But
did you see her picture?
Yeah.
You got look at the picture. Hold on, get into the picture.
I've seen a picture of this bitch. And for our listeners, we'll provide a link for you can get it as well. But
so you can go see Jerry Kelly. That's about to be down at the county jail. Well, she could be down at the big house.
The boy said that they were scared to even talk to Kelly after she called them liars and threatened to shoot them if they moved from the ground.
What?
Did you know what the audacity of this Caucasian
white people are
because this bitch did the ultimate at the end. I would have spit in her motherfucking face. This bitch then decided to lecture the boys after the cops arrived and then insisted that they look in her eyes and shake her hand. I would have spit in that fat white bitch hand. That's what I would have done. I want you all to hear me well. I don't give a damn what you think about it.
That's not funny, you guys. I'm not trying to be. I'm
trying to be militant about it. It's disgusting. This is disgusting, and she deserves something disgusting back.
That's true.
Awful.
That is so crazy.
But we need to stop letting these young people go door to door. We're not in the times that we grew up in where we could go and do that and be okay at night. Like, I don't even trust trick-or-treating anymore. So it's time for these young men to figure out another way to do their fundraising. But we gotta stop this too. This isn't it. It's a prime example of why.
What would you suggest?
There are a number of different things I would try. I would try out maybe a local Krispy Kreme. I know they have donuts that they do fundraising specialized for. I would seek out maybe some grants and other scholarship opportunities. I don't know. Put your mind to it, but knocking on people's door is not an option anymore. You don't know who you're going to get on the other side.
My suggestion is that we should allow the kids to stand out in front of stores.
Public places.
Yeah, public places like Walmart, like such as they do for Girl Scouts and things like they stand. So I think the football teams, they should continue just to stay
build relationships with area businesses, especially small businesses. Get you a storefront to do that in front of, but do it where plenty of people can see, and I think that way you'll end up being safer, because it's live out in these streets, and it would be crazy for another person to like actually get shot because somebody misunderstands the color of your fucking skin. Like, it's just
and just mental.
It's disgusting that that's an excuse in 2019. So be better off, find you a store to do that at, and raise money that way. Period. Cool. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, squires and squirrels. That means it's time for us to wrap this thing up. It has been great chilling with you. But before we get out of here,
I gotta get these birthday shout out.
He wants to acknowledge some crazy ass Leos out there, but they some good people sometimes.
Well, I'm just showing love because I know that the Virgo season is approaching fast and soon.
Get your prayer cloths ready, y'all. Get your prayer cloths ready. The damn Virgos are coming. Oh Lord, Shando.
So, on a more serious note, we have to pay respect to our own man Nipsey Hussle, which his birthday, he turned 34 on 8/15.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to you, Nipsey Hussle. I hope that you are still doing well. I'm Laura London and your family, and Nipsey Hussle's family. Also, we have to give credit when credit is due to Miss Angela Bassett.
Her birthday was on August 16th, and she turned 61 ageless years old.
You better do a 61 looking like she's still 30.
Okay.
And then we're going to give it to the queen herself. Auntie.
Representative herself, Miss Maxine Waters from California.
You better say it.
Turned 83 wonderful years old on August the 15th.
And then we have the billionaire squillionaire herself.
The billionairess.
Them Jenners.
What's the mama name? Excuse me. That one. Kylie. Her birthday was on August 10th, and she turned 22. A whopping 22 years old and a billionaire. Goals.
And a mama.
Okay, well, you know, we're not gonna judge here.
Halle Berry. She turned 53.
So anyway, you guys, it's been amazing. We appreciate you and all those people we mentioned in their birthdays. Happy birthday to them. They'll be all right because they're all rich. We are not. And that being said, you need to help us get there by tuning in to us on our YouTube channel at Not That Kinda Gay, by subscribing to us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat feeds at Not That Kinda G1. You can also shoot us your emails, your thoughts, your questions, comments, concerns, and like our listener did today, you can shoot us an email about some, whatever you got going on.
What you got going on? We want to know what you got going on.
We will
because
answer.
you know what? That's always been my calling. I'm a healer and a believer.
So we also want you to get your judge on our podcasts as well, which are located on all major podcast forms at this point. So guys, it's been real. It's been great.
And we enjoyed you tonight. And as y'all know, the 7 hasn't been sitting back enjoying himself. But this closes my evening.
Oh. Again, guys, that is it. We will see you next time on Not That Kinda
Gay!